We are continuing. I'm going to look at bananas and plantains, particularly the opportunities that exist. So this is where we are. This is the outline, basically a history, a brief history. It's not, but we will go to the slide that's most important though, the opportunities that exist. Okay, as you can see on the right here, the opportunity. You're going too fast. Go back. Go back. Too fast. I prompt you. Okay. Bananas and plantains, they are vitally important to our communities. Simple. Vitally important to our farmers and vitally important to our economies. They provide food as well. Okay. Well, let us go to the last part of the slide, to the 2015. We have come from $100 million to today a core farmers, of course supported by the government. We've increased potential to sell bananas and plantains today. We are adopting a value chain approach, and of course we are streamlining in management and our efforts to ensure we get results. Our situation, as I said, low acreages, and we are non-productive in some instances and non-competitive. Our interventions are aimed at building competitiveness and building productivity. So we are targeting 2,500 acres of bananas and plantains. We are looking for core, committed, can-do farmers. We are going to increase support from a government standpoint, and goodly so, and importantly so, under the BAM. We are looking at improving on technology. We are employing our partners to work with us, to join our hands to ensure we reach our mark. And of course, we are platforming research with CADI, importantly so, and this means more employment at the end of the day, more income, and of course, more money. Ladies and gentlemen, the challenges again in the banana industry. We must platform these things. One, importantly, we need to look at management capacity, both at the industry and farm level. We have to have a sector that is very efficiency-driven, and as a result, it presents some challenges to most of our smaller farmers. The high cost of production, we need to be more efficient. The economies of scale is an important criteria for viability. And so we're looking for farmers who can do at least 3 acres and above. Pest and disease pressures, they are increasing. High quality requirements, and of course, small farm holdings, which we are within now. In the industry, we have opportunities. Opportunities at the marketplace. There's increasing growing demand, particularly in the region. In Trinidad, for example, Suriname sends into Trinidad at least 70 containers of bananas every week. Because of disease in Trinidad, because of moco in Suriname, this demand, or this supply, has been reduced drastically. So Trinidad has gotten from Suriname collectively from 115 to less than 70 containers. That gives us the opportunity to move into Trinidad with more bananas. We're looking at technology and partnerships. And so the government will continue to support the idea of innovation, work with CADI particularly to ensure we platform research. We are looking at the farmers. We have already spoken about the core farmers. Government, again, will give commitment, or is giving commitment for investments, and is providing safety nets in terms of risk mitigation, in terms of ensuring that farmers' investments are safeguarded. The private sector, there are initiatives from the private sector, and there is commitment from the private sector, and who is part of the chain to support banana production. Again, there is high local demand. People like you demand bananas daily. But let me say this. While our export earnings from banana is about $7-8 million, joined with plantain is about 12 million. If we look at a 60 to 40% ratio, we consume probably 60% of the bananas that we grow. If we have to put a value to that, then it brings it ultimately to $20 million. Opportunities for farmers, that is probably the most important slide here. Our farmers in Dominica, because of local demand, because of regional demand, of course in Barbados and the There's a changing of guard in Barbados as to how they import bananas, which is going to reduce on the fact that the farmer can enjoy a better price because there is less middlemen handling the product. In Antigua, as I said earlier on, we're looking at a $3 million importation of bananas and plantains. This is right open for us. And Trinidad, I just indicated the problems with Suriname. The UK market is still open. And so our platinum farmers, our core farmers, our very good farmers can continue to push towards the UK market. There's increased demand for plantains as well in the region. And of course, there are training opportunities that we platform all the time from the ministry to help farmers do business better. Again, bananas and plantains provide opportunities for agro-processing. There's a private sector that is responding to bananas and plantains and supporting the industry. We have increased use of technology. Right now we are into tissue culture. We are looking at new varieties. We're looking at the use of irrigation. We are developing, with the Moroccans, ultimately soil testing capacity. And importantly, we are looking into putting our own tissue culture lab because that is the basis too for production. We are continuing to access available government support. The feeder road development is a key component of ensuring that we get quality bananas. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, there is a core or elite group of farmers out there that are committed to the process. Our strategy in bananas, it will be value chain led. And as a matter of fact, our articulation in our plan is to ensure that everybody in the chain gets the feet and everybody is strategic and everybody helps. This is farmer led. It's not top down. We're looking at productivity and competitiveness as pillars to the industry. We're looking at the regimes for financing and incentives. And of course, continuing on the core farmers program. Standards and quality will be our safeguard. If you cannot have good standards, if you cannot have good quality, ladies and gentlemen, kaipul quasi. We are going to utilize, as I said, better technology. Simple. We'll be involving key players to support implementation. Again, it's not a ministry thing. It's an all-man-on-deck activity. And of course, we will help support 2D and FTO, which is the National Fair Trade, and I put in inverted commas, better management capacity. And of course, importantly, risk mitigation. And Erica has again showed us that risk mitigation, not only for black Sikatoka management, for the building back better, is vitally important. Okay? Our strategy is why. Why are we doing? We must have a motivation, we must have an objective. And so, as outlined, the country's higher objectives for poverty alleviation, income generation and employment, and family togetherness. Who? A core farmers, group of farmers. When? We have to ensure that our timeline is keeping with ecological conditions and so on. Where? We have to be sure that we're going to put bananas where the zones are right. We're not going to put bananas where black Sikatoka will be flaring up easily, or where water deficits will be seen. For whom? Of course, it's for us. It's for the country. And how? New technology, innovation, research, good farmers, committed farmers, and of course, a government who is committed to push. With whom? Our collaborators again. We're looking at CIRAD, we're looking at FAO, we're looking at CADI as important players in that strategy. Pest and disease management, Mr. Lynch touched on it. It has to be fundamental to bananas and plantain. Use of pesticide as a last resort. Cultural practices, farmers, cultural practices, cultural practices. Increase the commercial farmers' capacity to be able to manage black Sikatoka. That is important. You don't tell a man like D.L.S. Warrington, we are going to spray you. And sometimes we miss the beat. Let D.L.S. Warrington has the capacity to spray his bananas. That's important to him. Okay? And of course, it is a core function of the industry. We're doing it for targeted results. And of course, it is always government support. Supported to bananas and plantain, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the main actions of the Ministry of Agriculture. The BAM plays a leading role in that. And because of the action of government, we're seeing a listing of where we have put money in the past couple of years. ultimately, ladies and gentlemen, that has amounted to $1.7 million. We are looking at 2,300 acres of bananas and plantains that we keep maintaining for good results. We are putting an additional $2.13 million for fertilizers, for chemicals, for oils to help bananas, and supported by the BAM. We are targeting close to 2,000 farmers. And you see the two areas: continued support for black sea cotoca management, and of course the pilot project. This is a field in Dominica. Despite black sea cotoca, we can get good results. Beside black sea cotoca, we could have good fields. And beside black sea cotoca, ladies and gentlemen, our farmers, our core farmers, our good farmers can get results. Okay? So we will support them with drainage to ensure that their fields are not waterlogged. We are developing the Londonderry site as a weaning and hardening facility. So coupled with a tissue culture lab, we will have the ability to provide plants not only in bananas and plantains, but whatever crop we desire to do as well. And of course, continue to build capacity through trade. Our partners again, the EU for the BAM, CADI, ICA, Windfresh as the marketing arm, DNFTO, CIRA. We are now looking towards doing a project with CIRA, looking again at resistant planting material and sustainable production systems. The government and people of Cuba, the government and people of Ecuador, the Chinese Agricultural Technical Mission, the FAO, exporters, ripeners, and every player in the marketplace, ladies and gentlemen. Our sector is poised to move. We will be successful, but all have to be on board again. It is not a Ricky Brumant thing. It is not the Honorable Prime Minister thing. It is not the farmers' thing. It is everybody's thing. Our goal, ladies and gentlemen, is to move from point A to point B with success. And of course, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, you must have a question. I know there are other people in this room that can answer, so you may not necessarily have to point it out to me. Thanks.